Number 1, find the slope of the line. So making this graph larger, we have 2 points, we need to use rise over run. So going down from this point to this point, we go down 2. From here, you go to the right 1, 2, 3 places. So negative 2 over 3 for rise over run. So negative 2 over 3 would be my slope. And that's number 1. Number 2, using the slope formula, find the slope of the line through the given points. So let's do that. So write down the slope formula and identify x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Substitute them in. 4 minus 9 over 8 minus 3, you'll get negative 5 over 5, and you'll get m is negative 1, so the slope is negative 1. So let's type it in. Type in negative 1, and that's the answer for number 2. Going to number 4, find the slope of the line. Every horizontal line has a slope of 0, so your answer is just going to be 0. And that's number 4. Find the slope of the line that passes through the pair of points. So let's do that. So write down our slope formula and identify x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, and then substitute it in. Subtracting up top and adding at the bottom a negative and a negative is a positive gives us negative 2.2 over 50.26. Now you have to do math enter to this and reduce the fraction. We can't type it in like that. So reducing it gives me negative 110 over 2,513. So let's type that in. So typing it in, we have negative 110 over 2,513. And that's number 6. 7. Suppose y varies directly with x. Write a direct variation equation that relates x and y. Then find the value of y when x equals 18. So let's do that. So the form of the direct variation equation is y equals kx, and k is the rate of change. So change of y over change of x, we write y over x, which is 7 over 6. So then replace k with 7 over 6, so the equation would be y equals 7 over 6x. Now, when I'm finding the value of y when x equals 18, I substitute 18 in for x, and multiplying them to, I get 21. So let's type those in. Typing it in, I have 7 over 6x, and then 21. That's number 7. Number 8, graph the direct variation equation. So we know in a direct variation equation, we start at 0, 0. Now, substituting in another number for x, I'll choose 1 because it's easy. 1 in for x, I'll have 1 times 8, which is 8. So that means I have 1, 8 for my next point. Press save, check answer, and that's number 8. Number 9. Suppose y varies directly with x. Write a direct variation equation that relates x and y. Then graph the equation. So remember, the form of a direct variation equation is y equals kx, k being rate of change. So change of y over change of x, we'll have 4.2 over 0.7, which gives me 6. So my equation I'm graphing is y equals 6x. So let's do that. So the equation is y equals 6x. Click to enlarge the graph. I start at 0, 0, as I always do with direct variation. Substitute another number in for x. I'll choose 1. 1 times 6 is 6. So 1, 6 is my next point. So 1 up to 6. Press save. Check answer. And that's number 9. Number 10, graph the equation. Click to enlarge the graph. It's in slope-intercept form. So the slope is 4, is the number in front of x, and the y-intercept is 2, which is being added or subtracted from it. In this case, it's being added to it. So I'm going to start at positive 2 on the y-axis, that's the y-intercept, and then for my slope, I have a slope of 4, or 4 over 1, so I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 1, press save, check answer, that's my graph. 11. Find the slope and y-intercept of the graph of the equation. The slope is the number in front of x, which is 5. The y-intercept is what's being added or subtracted from the slope, which is 2 in this one. That's number 11. Number 12. Find the slope and y-intercept of the graph of the equation. We have y equaling a number, and just y, so that means it's a horizontal line, and every horizontal line has a slope of 0. And the y-intercept, well, we have y equals negative 5, so negative 5 is the y-intercept. And that's number 12. Going to number 14. Write the equation in slope-intercept form with the given slope and y-intercept. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is negative 2, so y equals negative 2x plus b, which b is 5 over 2, so plus 5 over 2. And that's number 14. Number 15, determine the equation of the line. So let's make it larger. What we need is the slope and the y-intercept. The y-intercept is negative 14. These are going down by 2. It is also going left and right by 2. So now we need to find the slope. So we can choose this point, and we can also choose another whole number point. There could be others you can use as well. So starting here, we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Go to the right 2, so 14 over 2 would be 7. So our slope's going to be 7, and as we said, the y-intercept is negative 14. So let's type it in. So y equals 7x minus 14. And that's the answer for number 15. Number 17. Write an equation of the line that passes through the given points. First step is to find the slope. So write down the slope formula and identify x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Then we substitute the numbers in. 1 minus 6 over 1 minus a negative 4. We'll get negative 5 over positive 5, which gives you a slope of negative 1. Okay, now step 2. Find the y-intercept. So we need to substitute in our slope, and we need to choose either negative 4, 6 or 1, 1. I'm going to choose 1, 1 because it's easier numbers to work with. So I'm going to start by substituting in my slope of negative 1 for m, and then I'm going to substitute in 1, 1 for x and y. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Then to solve for b, I add 1 to both sides. I'll get b equals 2. Now, for my third step, I need to put my slope of negative 1 and y-intercept of 2 together in slope-intercept form. So that'll give me y equals negative x plus 2. Again, don't put the negative 1 in front of x. And that's the answer for number 17. Number 20. Use the slope and y-intercept to graph the equation. So we need to put this in slope-intercept form first. So let's do that. So to solve for y, we subtract 18 from both sides. We get 3y equals negative 18x. Divide both sides by 3, and we get y equals negative 6x. So now that I can graph. I have a y-intercept of 0, there's nothing being added here, and the slope of negative 6. Click to enlarge the graph. I'm going to start at 0, 0, and then I'm going to go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and to the right 1. Because I have a slope of negative 6, so I go down, and it's a decreasing line. Press save, check answer, and that's number 20.